Hello, YouTube, people from YouTube. My name is Ricardo. I'm host for today. Eu vou falar um pouquinho em português para algumas pessoas não estão ainda estão em processo de aprendizado. Então, aqui na Talk Talk é uma plataforma de ensino de idiomas. A gente costuma fazer imersões. É uma maneira de praticar o inglês, de aprender o inglês para algumas pessoas que não sabem nada, de uma maneira um pouquinho mais relaxada, porém, eu enxergo isso como muito assertivo, né? Você muitas vezes faz o processo inverso. Você aprende gramática e aí vai introduzindo na prática. E aqui a gente entende que é um pouco mais produtivo quando você tem algum conhecimento e aos poucos, né? Como, por exemplo, uma criança que aprende a falar e a se comunicar, e depois que vai ser introduzidas as regras gramaticais, né? Nada impede que você faça isso ao mesmo tempo, mas aqui no Talking Talk é uma plataforma que se propõe a ensinar não apenas o inglês, mas também outros idiomas como espanhol, italiano, francês. E hoje vamos falar um pouquinho sobre finanças pessoais e como a gente consegue, de repente, encaminhar a nossa vida de uma maneira melhor. É um pouco difícil porque muitas vezes a gente não ganha dinheiro suficiente, mas a ideia é que a gente possa ter algumas dicas aí para ajudar a nossa vida. Vamos lá, pessoal. Well, now in English, press the SAP. Well, my name is Ricardo. I'm a host for today. I live at São Vicente, the first city of Brazil, and I'm married. I have a daughter, and well, I work on an IoT company. And let's start for the question number one. What are the key steps individuals should take to create a personal budget? Uh, well, in my opinion, that's important to take notes. Né? Sometimes is simple act, and is sometimes you use a worksheet or a piece of paper. Doesn't matter. Put your costs, your how the as your fixed costs or another kind of, and reserve a part of money to emergencies. And uh, sometimes it's hard because the quantity of money is not enough, but the idea is reserve a quantity of money to emergencies, a quantity of the money to reserve it for regular stuffs. Sometimes your car have your car broken, or another, for example, your freeze could broke it too. So sometimes it's a quantity of money more than usual, and a preference too is good to reserve a quantity of money to your future. And you, Leticia, could you answer this question?
Um, I agree with you. I think take notes it's always a good option because you can observing and think about it. But I think that's a way to observe priorities in time, what I need now and what I can achieve little by little, because sometimes we spend money with things that we don't need in that situation, and I try, I as an individual try to do it. I think it's a good way, and because, for example, if I want to travel in the future, I can save this money little by little, and I think it's a good way, and that's it.
Great. And you, my friend JJ, could you tell me something?
Yeah. Um, I guess it's important to have some objectives, some goals in your life to have a budget, organized budget. So in my life, I'm not so organized, but I have 3 points in to organize my financial situation. I try to um reserve a part to pay bills. That is my obligations. So and another part to save the some part uh, for some situation that can could happen, and other part that is free to expand or not with um leisure, and with something that I would like to do out at home or eat out and this kind of thing. So I reserve these three important parts and to some objective too. I save another part to my objective to if so I wanted to study something or I'm planning to study something to invest in my career. So I guess it's important to have this in mind to have a budget more organized. It's a simple way to think, but it's working for me.
Yeah, totally agree, my friend. And you, Philip, could you answer this question, please?
Yeah, I think the first of all, we need to take notes about your races and your earn, no?
Uh-huh.
Matter you can identify where identify your financials, and of course uh, there are costs, fixed costs, as you said, it's
Uh-huh.
inevitable and inevitable, but that's it. It's with it you can identify where you can cut uh, waste, and
Hmm.
if you have a plan in the future, like investments or buy a house or buy a car, you need to make a plan,
Yeah.
you need to give a priority for that. You can, for example, cut some, how can I say, cut the wastes that, for example,
Not so relative costs.
yeah, like that, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I've forgotten the words now. But that's it, man. It's a way to identify your races and make a plan for the your money
Yeah.
or money.
Yeah. Perfect. Uh, well, move to another one. Number two, how can someone effectively track their expenses to better manage their finances? Leticia, please, could you tell about your thoughts?
Um, I I think that make sorry for the noise.
No problem. No problem.
I think make spreadsheets, I don't know, planillas,
Exactly.
and think how much I will have and how much I will spend. And I think it's interesting to always remember that the unpredictable it's possible.
Hmm.
Because sometimes we only think about the certain spends and certain builds, but unpredictable things can happen, and it's the problem because sometimes we don't have money to deal with this. So I think that's it. Spreadsheet it's always a good because we can realize in a clear way our
Yeah.
builds and some things. And that's it. I think there's no secrets and magic solutions, you know, it's the basic.
Yeah, certainly. And you, buddy, Philippe, could you answer?
And like Leticia said, you need to make up, taking notes in a Excel sheet. I do it. I have a sheet with my wastes in my gains, so I control it every month. So, and with my wife, we see where we can decrease, you know, in or waste to save more money, you know, because we intend to buy a house in the next month. So because of that, we are decreasing our wastes with
Mhm.
unnecessary things, you know.
Yeah,
That's it.
at least during a while, né? Because, well, I don't consider fun, né? Exactly unnecessary. I believe that's necessary, né? The problem is sometimes you have a clear goal, and so in this case, it's necessary to uh, let. There are some things not so urgent, urgent. So in this case, unfortunately, it's necessary for the most part of Brazilians, particularly cut things like uh, free free times or stuff like that. And well, uh, after some while, for example, because well, sometimes you pay a lot of or waste, not exactly a word, a correct word, but sometimes you pay a lot of money, hence, and so sometimes is so much better when you have a house and you waste less money. So
Yeah.
some this case sometimes is the perspective is during a short period of your life.
Yeah.
But as a house is so expensive, so in this case, the most part of the time you have to lead, uh, and when you put this costs on the paper or in a worksheet, sometimes it's better because sometimes the money is flowing for a part, a specific part, and sometimes you don't notice. So in this case, when you put these things in a paper and you could see at the end of the year or a specific time, wow, I waste a lot of money in the specific thing. So it's not so relevant. So in this case, I cut a little and put this money in the investment or invest your money in education because it's important too. Is not important uh, is really important because sometimes when you invest money in education, you could receive more money. So get a better job. So you so if you get this job, probably you could reserve more time to have fun. Uh,
When
So, yeah, and you,
when
my friend, go ahead, my friend, go ahead, please.
when we manage our financials, we can save money in simple things like, for example, bills, energy. I don't know, power, energy. I don't know, conta de luz, né? In Brazil,
Sim, yeah,
you can, for example, increase the number of the air conditioner is turned on or the light
sure,
is turned off. You
certainly,
know, think like that. Simple things, but
exactly.
in the end, in the total, it's you can save money doing
Yeah.
that, in simple things.
Yeah,
That's it.
sometimes you put your account in the bank pay your bills automatically, and sometimes a specific person don't couldn't notice, and I don't know. Sometimes you put on your sheet and wow, I waste a lot of money in energy. So this case, I pay more attention in a specific time. Just turn off the lights or another stuffs. And you, JJ, could I have could you tell something?
Yeah. So about this, the number two, no, it's the number two. Yeah. So I'm not a specialist in this, but I could
Anyone?
say, if you earn more money, you can save more money than you spend. You are doing right, you know. And if you have the possibility to invest some part of this money, this amount, this stock of money, you are doing right. Of course, you need to know to learn how to invest, and you need to plan to save more. And I guess we know, and you have to analyze our spendings and organize the in our month routine. What are the necessary bills that you need to pay, like Philip said, the energy bills or the light bills, I guess. This kind of bills that is necessary, like food, condominium, this kind of thing. That it's our basic obligations. So after this, what are you doing? What the most expensive spendings that you are um, paying for? So we need to have this clear to organize to plan our say how can I say the how to create the way to save more, because you understand, you don't have to explain more than what you earn. So if you earn some amount of money, you have to explain less than this, because yeah, you start, this is the point. You start that after paying bills, after paying everything, if you are saving some money, you are doing well, because we need to have to save money for a contingency plan, for features, um, planning plans to travel, to invest in your career, and now more than ever, it's important to save money, because the world, it's so unpredictable, and I change all the time. You need to manage many situation in the same time, so it's important to have this in mind.
Yeah, yeah. Uh,
That's it.
Sometimes you think about it, and well, I don't know. A person stud history. I don't tell that's not
Yeah.
important. Pay attention. I just tell about a specific thing in our
All right.
real
All right.
life. For example, the guy studied about history, about geography. I don't know. Uh, that's important, totally important, I believe. But sometimes you talk about math and the financial education. So it's part of our lives every day. So yeah,
Yeah.
uh, I history is important, as important to know about our past. So when you talk about finances, well, so a lot of people don't know how to extract information for a percentage. So the people, I believe that the math and the Portuguese is essential for our lives, and they include financial education too, because study maths, but finances is sound like you put this knowledge on track. So in this case, uh, I'm not sure if your geography or history is so uh, relevant in my life. Probably yes, but certainly
Yeah.
financial education
I,
is a thing that you could so bigger relevance in our lives.
yeah.
So in this case, the most important thing in my opinion is when you reserve a big quantity of money, but in short period, is not so effective. It's much better when you reserve a small portion of money because you have more money to have invest in education or
Yeah.
fun, but in a long period, uh, in the certainly I don't know if you reserve a small portion 20 years, I don't know, and the after this while you have a lot of money because the taxes is much more effective when you have a big quantity of money, certainly.
Yeah.
And I am I'm answered the question number three in the same time
Oh,
because
before I could say something about
sure,
about
go ahead, my friend.
what what uh what you are saying. I agree with you that of course history and geography has some relevance in our life
Sure,
to identify, for example, city, the importance of population, the demography, this kind of thing. But and of course know about some historic events. It's important too because it affects our lives nowadays too. But financial education is something that I could say that is essential for us because if you start in the childhood, it's better because you start to create the right way to understand the money because sometimes the big majority of people, I guess, in the world, not just in Brazil, don't have this opportunity to study this in school or did some different course in college and don't learn or didn't learn about how to manage your money. And it's a bad because you start to go in crazy situations because
yeah,
you don't know how to spend your money, how to invest. For example, you said that it's important to have to save. Sometimes it's more important to save a less money but invest in your career. So I guess this is a financial education. You understand how, in what you are expending your money,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's it. It's just what I would like to share.
certainly, my friend, certainly. And you, Leticia, talk about
Uh,
question number three, or doesn't matter if you the the purpose is just practice and the learning at the same time.
okay. I like to think that some things are not expenses but investments, you know.
Exactly.
And I think in this way about travels and education
Hmm.
because both are great experiences, you know, and
Certainly, certainly.
education it's all in our lives, you know. It's a way to change our lives and become a better person. And travels is, you know, experience it with other
Yeah.
cultures, other people. So when I'm saving money for these two things, I'm saving in a it's more easy to save for me because
Uh-huh.
I think, oh, it's good goals. And of course, there's other questions like health. That's so important, save money for
Exactly.
health because we are getting older and
Mhm.
It's a certain thing, you know, and that's it. But I think that saving money is an act of patience, and it's complicated because nowadays we want everything quickly. It's
Yeah,
fast food, it's always fast, you know, and
exactly.
save money take time, and
Yeah,
it's an habit, and it's complicated, but I think if you do it in the future, we are I don't know, pegar as recompensas, you know.
exactly. Reward. Ah, except if this guy win the lottery, it's necessary to take time to because that's part of our life. The most part of the people don't was born rich, né? So, and you, my friend Felipe.
Yeah, it's an interesting question about financials, you know. But life is short. I think we need a balance, you know. We need to save money, it's important,
Exactly.
but we need to have fun. Like Leticia said, we need to travel, have a good restaurant, eat, you know.
Sure.
It's a balance. You need to, for example, if you study, if you are have a good salary, you need to
Mhm.
award in that, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, certainly.
but at least we need to have at least a house, you know, because it's my priority with my wife. I have
Yeah.
an apartment, but my daughter is living there. So because of that, we need to buy another house for me and my wife, because it's pay a rent. It's
Yeah.
very complicated nowadays, you know.
Certainly. Certainly. Yeah. I believe that is. You could have a lot of problems, but if you have a house, maybe you could live better if including costs and other stuffs, né? Because sometimes you cut a lot of things, you pass for a real problem period when you talk about money, né? But if you have a corner when you're talking in Brazil, is a good stuff too because is well on when you talk about the future, né, is a permanent. Uh, so in this case, is uh, the people nowadays. I know some guys that they had a house and they sell this house and invest the money and use the the part of this money to pay rents. And the well, that's a good thing, but the quantity of money should be big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
if you have, I don't know, 100 reais, it's not possible to uh, pick up a part of this money to pay a rent. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
but
Understand
it's
you.
yeah,
Understand.
but it's a I think more fancy, because it's the most part of the people don't have enough money to pay food for food. So
Yeah.
this case is, but I believe that uh, our conversation is good because it's not so really difficult for or hard to use small tips. Né? For example, you just put your costs in a paper is so effective in the well. I believe that I answered the question number 4 at the same time, because when you lead better, if your personal finances, is possible have a problem when you occurs uh, well, it's a big problem. I don't know. Sometimes you have to pay a big quantity of money because you have a health problem or another stuff. So in this case, it's so much important would you have emergency fund. Uh, a reserve fund, that's okay, because you sometimes I tell about it, but I don't know, your fridge broke it, and sometimes is a a, a bigger expense, a bigger cost than usual. But I'm talking about, I don't know, I lose your job and you became 6 months, for example, and not receive salary. So in this case, an emergency fund is so much important uh, for you pass for this time, and you don't because sometimes you have to take a lot of time to reorganize your life. And sometimes the people pass all your life, their lives, try to reorganizing your life. So in this case, it's so important to have an emergency fund. Angel DJ.
So I have to need to considering if you are not you are you're not coming from a rich family. You need to considering invest in yourself, in your career, in your
Mhm.
health, your mental health, because you are the most important investment. When you have freedom to invest in other things, yeah, you need like you could invest in markets, in open market invest, could be in buildings investments. I don't know how to say in English the names, but you could invest in a different way to have some profits, so some backs and returns of your from your investments. But firstly, I guess it's essential you invest in your career, in your health, your freedom too, and of course have some money to branch your some unpredictable moments that could happen too.
Yeah. Angel Letícia.
I like the idea of save money in little things, you know. For example, if you are travel and you don't plan your days, you can spend a lot doing only one thing, you know, like you go to a restaurant and spend a lot of money, and you can't enjoy other things in this travel, you know.
Yeah.
So it's really good when I can make plans and divide my money in different experiences, you know, and I have an experience as good as if I had expend a lot of money, you know. And I'm not trying to romanticize it, the situation of save money, but if you have a thought that I had to spend this quantity of money, it's a way to stimulate our creativity, you know, because I think other possibilities to spend and to enjoy, and in this way we can save money because I can have good experiences and save money at the same time. I don't know
Exactly.
if you understand, but
Sure. I completely
I
understand.
think it's a good way, and in having this behavior, you can um, build an emergency fund, as the question said, and you don't have necessary to uh, don't experience the travel, don't have fun, you know, because life it's a kind of balance. So
Yeah.
I think it's possible to have these two things. Sometimes not. Sometimes we can save money and it's not a crime because that's real life.
Yeah.
But when it's possible, it's good.
Yeah. A lot of people tell, oh, our life is just a short period, so it's necessary. Have fun, enjoy our life. I agree, but well, it's not exactly a problem if you enjoy your life. But as Leticia told, using the living your life in the balanced way. So because there are a lot of different things that's important. It's not just one. Having fun is important, education is important, and well, a lot of things. And you, Felipe?
Uh, I think it doesn't matter how much money you earn per day or per month. We need to control our wages, you know.
Hmm.
Uh, if we identify in a plan, identify for where our money is go out, you can save money. It's in simple things like, for example, discount. You know, you buy things in sales, né? On sales. No?
Hmm.
That's it. It's a way. Or bargain, né? Bargain. It's another way. For example, when I'm going to the market, we can bargain in vegetables, buy things. You know, it's a
Yeah.
way to save money. It's a simple
Yeah.
thing, but you can save money. You know, man. Or go buy things in period like Black Friday. You know, it's other
Hmm.
example. You know, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I was listening, Felipe, and remember the same time. A lot of times when you go to the fair, I'm not sure if you feiras livres, né?
Mhm.
Or even a supermarket, né? Wow, a specific fruit is so expensive. I don't know. I don't uh, buy. I don't know. Uh, I don't know. It doesn't matter which kind of fruit.
That's
And it's so expensive. So in this case, I don't, I don't pay for it. I don't buy this thing. But the guy buy, for example, a chocolate, and so uh, a chocolate maybe should cost around 100 reais the kilo. So the guy don't pay, I don't know, a fruit that costs 50 reais the kilo, but the guy buy a chocolate that costs
Easter egg,
100
não?
reais.
Easter
So
egg.
yeah, for example, so this case is sometimes is important to realize or notice this kind of situation. It sounds like when you try to balance your costs and I reserve a quantity of money to have fun or so in this case when I talk about health is important to today I became wake up at, I don't know until 2 o'clock in the morning but tomorrow I sleep more time so it's similar on your life so in the important situation is about our retirement because it's unfair sometimes because for example you pay a lot of tax and you have to pay money in education and security and transportation a lot of things you pay a lot of you waste a lot of money paying tax but when you arrive at a retirement time is needed to don't receive enough quantity of money to pay for your health and all those stuffs. So in this case, when we talk about a finance organization, it's important to reserve a quantity of money for the future. And I would like to know about you. You currently you are you talking are you reserving a quantity of money for your retirement? JJ, could you answer this question?
Yeah. As I said in another moment, I feel that is I understand that it's important you save more than you expend, but of course not all the time it's possible to do this kind of thing. But if you have this possibility, you need to do because, uh, as I said, we live in a impractical, oh my God, impractical world, and nowadays the things are changing all the time and quickly. So we need to have in mind a contingent plan, of course, and some insurance if you can pay for the bad times, and of course each month try to save some amount of money and not expend a lot, and if you are planning to travel, if you are planning to make some investment, study before planning well, because you will do the things with more freedom, with more, we will enjoy the things because you are planning it. Don't do the things with just how can you say, I forgot the word in Portuguese too. Um,
Sometimes it happens.
Impossível. Don't do the things impossible with impossibility, you know. So we'll have to have everything more clear and planned in your roles to have to do the things more with more freedom and enjoy the time.
Yeah. And you, my friend Felipe.
But I was talking about entrepreneur, we are talking about investment, but entrepreneur, it's a good thing, you can, for example, if I have money, you can open a company, think like that, What do you think about it? Like it, because I know the Brazilian, the Brazilians have not been created to entrepreneur side, entrepreneur vision.
Sure.
So, but I was talking with my wife about why not we open a small market, things like that, It's a way to
Yeah.
earn money as well.
Yeah. It's the people used to say that it's necessary kill a lion by day, né? So you Brazilians used to say, because it's you have to face a lot of things, né? When you talk about, I don't know,
I think it's
sometimes
small, no? I think it's small thing.
yeah. So
And
sometimes it's hard because it sounds like the people at general is I don't know, I forgot the torcer. What's torcendo to a specific people broke your company or something? That's weird, né? And the governments,
mhm, mhm.
I don't know, put a lot of difficulties in the life, but
Bureaucracy,
this kind of
bureaucracy.
people is so good
Don't
for
support
our
us.
economy, né? Yeah, exactly. And you,
Yeah.
Leticia?
I, to be honest, sometimes I try to save money. Sorry for the noise.
No problem.
Sometimes I try to save money, even a little quantity, but other thing that I do is buy things that I will use longer,
Uh-huh.
So sometimes I pay a little more for a clothes, but I will use this clothes for a long time, and I think
Sure.
it's a kind of investment because sometimes we buy a thing with a inferior quality, but you don't if you we don't will use these for a long time, you know, when you in the end we will spend more money building the same thing in the future. And I think it's an interesting way to save money. And we are talking about affairs and vegetables and this kind of thing. And I remember that I really love to buy books, physical books. And always I go to second-hand bookstores to buy books. And I pay half price for the same book that I will pay in the bookstore. And it's so satisfactory to me because I can save money and have book. And because sometimes people have a kind of prejudice, you know, oh, you buy this used book, this used thing, but for me, there's not a problem.
Yeah.
And it's different. It's a book that it was with other people, and sometimes there page mark, and I don't know, it's a different experience and
Sure.
good in the same way.
Yeah. Well, I don't have more